All cars transfer to the A main. Green flag in the air. Great job by Kelly. We're underway. B37 of Lee Hall going to storm out to the lead over in turns 3 and 4. Cars going to jockey for position. The high side of Hustler living up to his name. B27. Don Hillary going to battle 57 of Brandon Kester. That's the battle for that 5th spot. Hillary going to go by. As it's Lee Hall, Eric Gauss, Cody Gibson, and Nick Clubb, your top 4. Problems for Betty in 22B. We'll see if he pulls off the speedway. He's going to remain on. Lee Hall, your leader, now 3, maybe 4 wide for that 2nd spot. Gauss 2nd. Gibson losing him wholesales. He's jumped the cushion. They're going to put a lap on the 22. Now Brandon Kester quickly to 3rd, 3 wide for 4th. Kester 3rd, Gibson 4th. Nick Clubb 5th, action hot and heavy. Don Hillary 6th. He's trying to work around 86 in Nick Clubb. Meanwhile, 57 of Brandon Kester going after 15G of Eric Gauss. Lee Hall, Eric Gauss, Brandon Kester, Cody Gibson, Nick Clubb, Don Hillary, Gary Barnes, and Jeremy Shear. Now good battle 3 wide for that 5th spot as Gary Barnes, Nick Clubb, and Don Hillary are 3 wide. Barnes going to win that battle down the backstretch. It's all B37 of Lee Hall. Side by side, Eric Gauss and Brandon Kessinger. Good battle for that 2nd spot. White flag will fly the next time by. Here comes Cody Gibson. Gibson will work to the high side of Eric Gauss for the 3rd spot. White flag, 1 to go for Lee Hall. Kessinger, Gauss, and Cody Gibson, your top 4. Gary Barnes 5th, Hillary 6th. Now problems for Kessinger. Gauss going to go by. Here comes Cody Gibson on the final lap. Problems for Kessinger. He's trying to coast around. Your winner going to be Lee Hall 2nd. Going to go to Gauss 3rd to Gibson 4th. Barnes 5th. Don Hillary. And it'll be Nick Clubb, Jeremy Shear, and problems for Brandon Kessinger on the last lap as he's pulled to the infield. Nonetheless, your winner, race fans, and current point leader starting on the pole tonight, Street Stock Feature Event V37. How about a race fans for Lee Hall? Street Stock heat of mods and 2 heats for the late models. All here tonight on a beautiful Saturday night. Mother Nature has left us alone. A little hot, but we appreciate you coming out and enjoying these races with us. Alex Clubb in 3 and Jeremy Madsen in 44. We'll see if they let it go. Green flag's going to fly. Looks like Clubb got the jump. We'll see if they decide to let it go or not. Yeah, cleaning green. Alex Clubb, your leader. Jeremy Madsen 2nd. Good battle for 3rd. Here comes Rick Thomas. He started dead last. Going to challenge Ron Donaldson and Jeff Simmons for the 3rd spot. Donaldson sideways collects Matt Meyer. Paul Westemeyer. Flat left rear on Meyer. His going to start. We start our restarts 2 wide. Leader out front by himself. Driver in 2nd chooses high or low. Drivers behind them must file in. Green flag, we're back underway. 1 of the books, 7 to go. Jeremy Madsen in 44J working a top shelf. Rick Thomas started dead last. He's quickly up to 3rd. Now going to challenge Jeremy Madsen for that 2nd spot. Rick Thomas got it rolling. He'll work to the inside, now 2nd. Alex Clubb, Rick Thomas going to battle side by side for that lead down the backstretch. Madsen 3rd, Simmons 4th, Donaldson 5th, Gauss 6th. Here comes the KG veteran out of Dwight, Rick Thomas for the lead. At even. Good racing action here in heat number 2. Rick Thomas to the inside, Alex Clubb to the outside. Rick Thomas now your leader. Jeremy Madsen holding on for 3rd. Then it's Jeff Simmons and Ron Donaldson. Good side-by-side battle for 4th. Here comes Alex Clubb, coined the Morris Missile, trying to run down 23T Rick Thomas. That Turtles Tap entry out of Dwight, 23T. Unique Signs and Designs, the sponsor as well. Here to go the next time by. Alex Clubb, Trying to run down 23 Tia Rick Thomas. 2 to go this time by 2 to go up on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Meanwhile, Jeff Simmons has caught Jeremy Madsen for that third spot. Simmons, a native of Pontiac, Illinois. Another racing veteran, piloted that 66 in the 6-cylinder division. Currently running fourth here in heat number 2. White flag, 1 to go. Rick Thomas, Alex Clubb, Jeremy Madsen, Jeff Simmons, and Ron Donaldson. And it's a 13 of Craig Gauss. Final time into 3 and off 4. Race fans down in Victory Lane. Your winner, Rick Thomas. So Jeff Simmons will come home fourth. Third will be 44J Jeremy Madsen. Starting fourth in tonight's feature event, the Morris Missile 3 Alex Clubb. Starting outside front row, tonight's street stock feature event, winning heat race number 2, number 23 T out of Dwight. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for Rick Thomas? Sam Ball and 0-1 Dustin Mounts. Green flag of the air. We go. Sam Ball going to get the whole shot. Dustin Mounts going to try to run him down. Sam Ball get out of Pontiac, Illinois. A little sideways allows Mounts to close in. Again, Dustin Mounts out of Flanagan, Illinois, working at top shelf. Here he comes. Dustin Mounts, your leader. Mounts, Sam Ball, and a good battle between Scott Hatzer, 99 of Jason Meyer here in the opening heat for the Sportsman. One in, 7 to go. Dustin Mounts, Sam Ball, and Jason Meyer now going to stack him up. Throw in Scott Hatzer, good battle, 3 wide for that second spot. Here comes 12 of Richard Craven. Craven, your current points leader. Jason Meyer and Sam Ball. A good battle, Scott Hatzer. And now to second, Mounts your leader. Hatzer, no problems for Scott Hatzer. Nowhere to go for Richard Craven. He splits the cones, misses the tire, and we're going to stay under green flag. So problems for Scott Hatzer in 127. Caution flag will fly. Well, that could be the problem. Looks like we got debris here in the front stretch. 27 of Eric Legner, 10-8 Ron Huddleston, and 18 Jeffrey Ledford. 4 in, 4 to go. Green flag, we're back on their way. Again, 12, Richard Craven to look to the inside. 3 wide for that second spot. Meyer, Ball, and Craven. Here comes Richard Craven again. Stack him up 3, maybe 4 wide. Now problems for your point leader, Richard Craven. Craven sideways all the way back to 7th. Dustin Mounts, Jason Meyer, Sam Ball, Ryan Huddleston, Richard Craven, Legner, and Ledford. 2 to go this time by 2 to go. Highly contested heat race here in heat number 1 for the Sportsman. Jason Meyer dogging 0-1 at Dustin Mounts. Sam Ball 3rd. Good battle side by side. Craven and Huddleston for 4th. Here comes Jason Myers. A white flag goes in the air. 1 to go. Dustin Mounts, Jason Myers, Sam Ball. We'll see if he throws a slide job at him. He won't. Out of Flanagan, 0-1. Dustin Mounts, your winner. So Richard Craven going to come home 4th. 3rd will go to 53, Sam Ball. 99 of Jason Meyer comes home 2nd. And starting on the pole in tonight's Sportsman feature event out of Flanagan. How about a nice round of applause for 0-1 Dustin Mounts, your winner. 420, 99 Jason Meyer, 376. Again, your top 5 in points for the Sportsman. You can find it at FairburySpeedway.com. Ben Holson, Ron Baum, Tim Baum, and Sean Diggs. Winner going to start outside front row tonight's feature event. 8 laps to do it. They'll fire at the orange tire. Green flag in the air. We go. So Ben Holtz jumps out to the lead. 12 Tim Baum will slide up in front of his father, Ron Baum. Here comes 47 of Carl Hayes, going to battle side by side with Ron Baum. Tim Baum second, Carl Hayes third, fourth will be Sean Diggs, fifth will be Graff, sixth will be Ron Baum, and here comes Michael Maestas. Holst your leader. Tim Baum, Carl Hayes, and Sean Diggs. Good battle for that third spot. 78 Sean Diggs going after 47 of Carl Hayes. And they're going to work side by side over in turn number 2 down the backstretch. Carl Hayes and Sean Diggs battle it out for that third spot. Tim Baum holds on for second. H6 Ben Holst your leader. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go. Two to go this time by 2 to go. Ben Holst shows the way. Here comes Carl Hayes. He's caught 12 at Tim Baum. Diggs runs 4th. 5th is Graff. 6th is Ron Baum. 7th Legner. 8th Maestas. White flag going to go in the air. 1 to go for Ben Holst. Again, Carl Hayes and Tim Baum going to battle it out for second. Here comes Leroy Sean Diggs. Diggs will work the high side. Carl Hayes and Tim Baum will work to the inside. Off turn 4, your winner, race fans, is Ben Holst. Good battle for second, throwing elbows off 4, give it to Tim Baum. Carl Hayes, third, fourth, they'll go to Sean Diggs. Fourth, 78 Sean Diggs, third, 47 Carl Hayes, second, 12 Tim Baum. Your winner, race fans, in H6. How about a nice round of applause for Ben Holst? So here we go, race fans, 8 laps, green flag in the air. Here we go. Well, caution going to come out. Gary Cook Jr. a little trigger happy over in turns 3 and 4. And we're going to bring it all back. Gary Cook Jr. We'll try it again. Fired just before that first orange tire. So again, you see the 2 orange tires over there in turns 3 and 4. You can only fire after the first one. Anytime in between and after. 8 laps. We'll try it again. Winner going to start 9th in the feature event. Gary Cook Jr. in 64. Much better start. Green flag. We're back underway. 68 of Matt Bachman will dive to the inside. Cook Jr. side by side on the backstretch. Gary Cook Jr. and Matt Bachman, a good battle here in the opening lap. Cook to the high side. Bachman right in the middle. And even. Good race. Bachman again to the inside. Cook Jr. to the outside. Jr. noses ahead. Half a car length. Berger third. Krigo fourth. Brian Lynn fifth, and it's Dennis Wilson and Jared Kegley. They get together. All cars pointed straight for the time being as we got problems with 72 Brian Lynn. Well, we're going to stay under green. Brian Lynn off the speedway, so Cook Jr. will dive to the inside of Matt Bachman. Bachman now your leader. Bachman, Cook, Berger, Krigo. Now Gary Cook Jr. out of Deer Creek going to work on Gibson City's Matt Bachman. Bachman will nose ahead over in turn 3. Cook Jr. trying to rally back off 4. Here he comes, half a car length. 4 in, 4 to go. Little contact as Cook Jr. sideways. Here comes Bobby Krigo. He's not giving an inch. Now Krigo, Cook, and Berger going to battle it out for second. Bachman your leader. 5 in, 3 to go. Matt Bachman, Gary Cook Jr., Bobby Krigo, T.D. Berger, Dennis Wilson, Dan Rourke, and it's Jared Kegley, Graff, and McMichael. 2 to go. Caution out. Caution out for 7 to Bobby Kriego over in turn number 3. Here. Cook Jr., T.D. Berger, Dennis Wilson, Dan Rourke. All cars transfer to the A main. We're back underway. Now T.D. Berger going to take the campaign to the top shelf. Cook Jr. will nose ahead of him down the backstretch. Jr. going to go after Bachman for the lead off at turn number 4. Bachman, Cook Jr., Berger, Wilson, Jared Kegley, and Dan Rourke. And it's Kriego, Graff, and McMichael. We'll see if anybody can make that top side work. Here comes the Sonneman Psycho, T.D. Berger, 1 to go. Gary Cook Jr. trying to win it here in the last lap as well. He's got a good run at Matt Bachman. Going to work side by side, elbows up down the backstretch. Bachman going to cut him off over in 3. Cook Jr. trying to return the favor off turn 4. Here they come. Give it to Bachman. Matt Bachman, your winner. Fourth will go to Dennis Wilson. Third will go to T.D. Berger. Second will go to Gary Cook Jr., your winner in the loaded quick stop at a Gibson City race fan starting 9th in tonight's feature event. How about it for Matt Bachman? Third at 4:02. You see those 3 cars featured here. Jim Ferris fourth at 3:80 in 69. Lance Damon, Jeff Curl in the front row. 8 laps to do it. The way they finish, the way they start the feature event, we're underway. They'll head off into turns 1 and 2. Curl going to be your leader down the back stretch. Now, roll reversal. Now they're going to work around the high side. Curl going to be your leader. Dame second. Good battle side by side. Joel Funk and Jeb Friedman. Jim Ferris 5th. Ledford 6th. Gaither 7th. Tim Baum 8th. 2 in, 6 to go. Curl your leader. Good run for Jeb Friedman. Z works over 23. Joel Funk now to 3rd. Here comes Jim Ferris. Friedman and Ferris trying to make that bottom groove work. 3 and 5 to go. Jeff Curl jumps the cushion. Here comes Ice Cube. D1 Lance James slide job. He's going to the lead. Curl with problems now. He's all the way back to 3rd. Jump the cushion again. So Curl back to 3rd. Jeb Friedman now to 2nd. Curl trying to regroup. Takes a deep breath. He'll put it up on the cushion, but Jeb Friedman's there to meet him. 3 wide for that 2nd spot. Friedman, Curl, and Joel Funk. 3 to go. Good run for Jeb Friedman here in the fast heat. Trying to start in the front row. Joel Funk's there as well. Now Curl going to dive to the inside. He'll throw a slide job at Jeb Friedman. He's going to pull it off. Curl back to 2nd. Friedman, Curl, and now, Dame, Curl, Friedman, and Funk battle side by side here in the final lap. 1 to go. Lance Dame, Jeff Curl, Joel Funk, Jeb Friedman, Jim Ferris, Chris Gaither, Jay Ledford, and Tim Baum. Action hot and heavy over turns number 2. Friedman will go back by. Joel Funk will rally to the inside. Final time. Ice Cube, Lance Dame, your winner. 2nd will go to Curl. 3rd will go to Friedman. 4th will go to Funk. So 23A, Joel Funk will come home for 3rd. Starting tonight in the feature will be 4, Jeb Friedman. Starting outside front row in 12 out of Forest, a Quiet Riot, Jeff Curl. And starting on the pole, winning the fast heat, the D1 out of Chatsworth, Ice Cube. Let's hear it for Lance Dane. 28, Rich Harlan. Once again, winner going to start 9th. 2nd will start 10th in tonight's feature event. All cars transfer to the A main. Fast heat will be next. Shane Allen, Jay Sparks, McKay Winger, and Bob Gardner. 8 laps up on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Green flag, and here we go. Winger going to look for the lead here in the opening lap. Clean and green down the backstretch. Winger, Allen, Jay Sparks, 3 wide for 4th. Torn Mathilde, Kitty Adams, Bob Gardner. Now problems for Brian Dunn. He's into the wall. And he'll keep going. He stopped over in turn 2. Problems for 5 of Brian Dunn. He'll continue. He's going to pull to the infield. Winger still your leader. Good battle for that second spot. 7 of Jay Sparks going to go after. 16 is Shane Allen. Allen blistering the top shelf. And Jay Sparks and Shane Allen a good battle. Winger your leader. Sparks second. Allen third. Fourth to be Mathieu. Fifth to be Bob Gardner. Sixth to be Kenny Adams. Seventh to be John Gardner. Jay Sparks now going to go after your race leader, McKay Winger. 5 in, 3 to go. Two to go this time by Winger. Pounds the cushion. Here comes Jay Sparks. 2 to go. Shane Allen third, Mathieu fourth, Gardner fifth. John Gardner Jr. seventh. White flag going to go in the air now. 1 to go for the Reaper, McKay Winger. Check that 2 to go, I apologize. White flag this time by. White flag now 1 to go. We're going to work through lap traffic. Winger your leader. McKay Winger shows the way down the backstretch. Battle Force third. Shane Allen and 116 at Tor Mathieu. Winger going to be your winner. Second will go to Jay Sparks. Third will go to Shane Allen over Tor Mathieu. Good battle for fifth. Give it to Bob Gardner. So on and so forth. McKay Winger your leader. Green flag, here we go. Winger again will jump back to the cushion. Now Shane Allen going to work around 7 to Jay Sparks. Good battle for that second spot. Here comes 116 at Torrin Mathieu. He's going to try to work on the inside. Here comes Jay Sparks. 1 to go. Sparks going to work right in the middle of the track. Winger to work the top shelf. Oh, it's ought to be a good one. Sparks to the inside. Winger to the outside. Final time off for your winner. Hoo-hoo. Jay Sparks, I believe, unofficially. So we'll go to the scores next door, race fans. So 16 is Shane Allen, comes home third. Second will go to 42. McKay Winger, your winner, race fans at a Metamora 7. How about it? For Jay Sparks, your winner. .5 points. Scott Bull, your current point leader. Joe Harlan in the top 5. Darren Friedman in the top 5 as well. Scott Bull, Darren Friedman is currently second in points. Third is Joe Harlan. Fourth is Daniel Flesner. And fifth is Kevin Weaver. That's the top 5 in points. 10 laps here in the fast heat. Kevin Weaver going to start 8. 7 cars remain. 10 laps. The way they finish, the way they start the feature event. Green flag, we're underway. Flesner going to work to the inside. Bull work to the outside. Drag race down the backstretch. Dead even. Bull and Flesner going to battle it out here in the opening lap down the front stretch. Bull by a nose. Flesner. Harlan and Friedman. Friedman to fourth. He'll go by 14 and Glenn Thompson. Now Scott Bull going to work that top shelf. Friedman going to follow him. Scott Bull, Daniel Flesner sideways. Just about collected Joe Harlan. Now he's sideways to get over in turn 2, collects himself. Flesner second, Harlan third, Friedman fourth, Vochaska fifth, and it's Thompson and Mulvane. 3 in the books, 7 to go. Problems for Daniel Flesner now. He washes up the track. Friedman to third, Harlan second, Vochaska fourth. Here comes Alan Vochaska to South Haven, Michigan, and Darren Friedman. Friedman trying to make some noise here in a fast heat. Get back to victory lane here at Fairbury. Scott Bull shows the way, working a top shelf. Joe Harlan second, Vochaska and Friedman going to battle side by side for that third spot. There we go, 5 in, 5 to go. Bochaska going to throw a slide job at him. He's going to pull it off. Now Bochaska to third, Friedman back to fourth. Bochaska kind of flexing his muscles here just a bit. Now Friedman trying to work back towards Alan Bochaska. 3 to go this time by Bull, your leader, as he pounds the cushion. Harlan, now Bochaska sideways. Friedman will go back by. Friedman back to third. Bochaska fourth. Flesner fifth. Mulvane sixth. Thompson seventh. 2 to go this time by. 2 to go for your race leader, Scott Bull. Now cars work right in the bottom towards the middle. Friedman third, Bochaska fourth, Flesner fifth, Mulvane sixth, 1 to go for Scott Bull. Here comes Alan Bochaska, get after Darren Friedman. Friedman and Bochaska, spirited battle for that third spot. They're going to work side by side down the back stretch. Watch the battle for third. Bull going to be your winner. Second will go to Harlan. Bochaska will throw another slide job at him. They'll get him at the line. Bochaska comes home third, Friedman fourth. So Darren Friedman will come home fourth. Third will go to 34, Alan Bochaska. Second will go to Z, Joe Harlan. And your winner starting on the pole tonight's feature event in the Pontiac RV. United Soils, Bob Pierce Race Cars, Bull Power under the hood. How about it for 83, Scott Bull, your winner. Well, race fans, we're going to take a brief intermission. Sportsman makeup feature will be next. Sportsman makeup feature, followed by the street stocks, then the late models, then the modifieds, and then tonight's sportsman feature event. So makeup sportsman feature is next. They're going to do some track work. We are going to take an intermission. Good time to stop down and get yourself something to eat, something to drink. So again, 15 laps the distance up on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. The Digger Richie Rich, sponsored by Garrels Honda, trying to bring his sponsor a big feature win alongside 12 of Richard Craven, 86 Ben Hull, 74 Ron Baum, 99 of Jason Meyer, 7 of Michael Macias. 15 laps, kick the tires and light the fires. We're underway. They'll storm off into turns 1 and 2. Richie Rich will jump to the lead. Hull second, Craven third. Meyer and Baum will lock it up for that 4th spot here in the opening lap. Richie Rich, your leader. Richie Rich, Ben Holtz, Richard Craven, Jason Meyer, Ron Baum, Michael Macias, Carl Hayes, Tim Baum, Ryan Huddleston, Jeffrey Ledford, Sam Ball, Legner, Graf Mounts, and Sean Diz. Clean and green, 2 in the books, 13 to go. Richard Craven settles in and worked to the inside of 8-6, Ben Holtz. That's where he made the pass last week, trying to do it again. Deja vu as he works down the front stretch. It battles side by side, trying to make it 3 wide. Here comes Richard Craven again. Craven out of second, Holtz back to third. Richie Rich jumps to the bottom. Now he's going to work right in the middle of the track. Richie Rich, Ben Holtz back to second, Craven third, good battle for fourth. Meyer, Baum, and Macias. Rich continues to lead. Here comes 8-6, Ben Holtz trying to christen victory lane here at the Legion Speedway, half a car length. Behind your race leader, Richie Rich, quickly 5 in the books, 10 to go. Rich, Holtz, Craven, Meyer, Baum, Macias, and Carl Hayes. Here comes Ben Holtz again, pounding the cushion off of turn 4. Again, Holtz going to work the top shelf where Dad hides the good books. He runs second. Craven will dive to his inside. They're going to work side by side off turn number 4. Good battle for second. Olsen, Craven, they're all chasing Richie Rich. Richie Rich still showing away. Quickly, 7 to go. Good battle side by side for second. Richard Craven and 8-6, Ben Holtz leaning on each other. Craven out of second, Holtz back to third. Richie Rich with a good setup here for the feature event. He's your leader as lap traffic approaching 6 to go. 9 and 6 to go. They're going to have to work through lap traffic. Richard Craven on the move. He's quickly caught. Richie Rich now for the lead. Bumper to bumpers. They got to tiptoe through lap traffic. Ben Holtz going to go back after Richard Craven. 3-car breakout here in Sportsman Makeup feature number 1. Richie Rich will tiptoe around that inside. Problems for Jeffrey Ledford. He's off the pace. He's going to continue. Problems for 18 of Jeffrey Ledford. So Richie Rich will put a lap on him and 27 of Eric Ligner. That allows Ben Holst to gather in. 12 of Richard Craven, just 4 to go. Quickly 11 in, 4 to go. Rich, Craven, Holst your top 3. 4th will be Jason Meyer. 5th will be Ron Baum. 6th will be Mason. 7th will be Tim Baum, then Carl Hayes and Sean Diggs. Diggs a good run, started dead last. Now Sam Ball going to go a lap down as Rich, Craven, and Ben Holst gets together with the lap car of Sam Ball. I believe that's going to yield a caution. It will. Caution out for 53 is Sam Ball. Nowhere to go for H6, Ben Holst. I also want to thank Mike Peterson as well. Fairbury, Peterson Chevrolet out there west 24. In Fairbury, make sure and check their selection of vehicles out. Makeup feature for the sportsman. We're going to talk to the winner down in Victory Lane Street Stocks. We'll be next. Green flag back in the air. Back underway. Well, Richard Craven bobbled. Here comes Jason Meyer. He's trying to take advantage. We'll see if maybe Jason Meyer can steal one here. 3 to go. Richie Rich, Richard Craven, Jason Meyer, Ron Baum, Mike Maestas, Tim Baum, Carl Hayes, Sean Diggs. Again, Richie Rich and Richard Craven, a 2-car breakout. They'll leave Jason Meyer 4 car lengths back. Craven a bit sideways again off the corner. Rich still your leader with 2 to go. Meyer again going to work the high side. Trying to run down Richard Craven at second. White flag in hand. Mark Hobble display that to Richie Rich. Now 1 to go. Craven trying to reel him in. He's 2 cars behind. Meyer 3rd, Baum 4th, Maestas 5th. He's got a good run here in the feature event. Into 3 and off for the Garrels Honda. 32 are the Digger. Richie Rich, Pater here tonight. Ron Baum comes home 4th. 3rd goes to Jason Meyer. 2nd to Richard Craven. And race fans, your winner in the 32R. How about it for Richie Rich, your winner? Makeup. The Burton Construction, Garrels Honda, the Pontiac, Barker out of Lexington. TMI Contracting. The shop, Gator Graphics as well. Make some noise as he steps out of race fans as he gets unstrapped. Also, Blaze and Cole all top up there on the car. In memory of Angie Rich on the car as well. Race fans, nice and loud feature winner. How about it? Richie Rich! Again, Allen Automotive going to present that trophy. That was part of the Allen Automotive night. We're going to step in here if they get some pictures. Street Stocks coming up next. Followed by the late models, modifieds, and our final sportsman feature. Again, photos by Lou, Rocky Ragusa down here. Tell you what, Richie, good run. Richard was kind of on you there, and it looks like his car went away towards the end. I know you've been kind of behind the 8 ball. Been kind of struggling the last couple of weeks. This one's got to feel pretty nice.
Oh, buddy, it does. Yeah, like you said, we've been out of the game there for a while. But took the car to the doctor this week and got her all tuned up, fixed up. I want to thank my sponsors, Garrels Honda. They put a lot of effort into it this week and stuff, and I got Barkers and, they helped out a lot. And I got JJ's Tavern there in Pontiac. They done a lot too.
Well, I tell you what, sponsoring the next sportsman feature is Garrels Honda. Can you make it 2 for 2 tonight?
You know what? It's my mom's birthday. She turned a dinosaur today. First one was for the wife and kids, so hope I can pull this second one out for her.
Richie Rich, race fans feature winner. You look at row number 2, 15G Eric Gauss, and 3, the Morris Missiles, Alex Clubb. Cody Gibson and 44J, Jeremy Madsen. Make up row number 3. 38 of Gary Barnes and 11 of Jeff Simmons. Problems for that 22 again. Brandon Setty's had problems all night in that 22. Not going to be able to go as well. 15 laps, race fans. Lee Hall, Rick Thomas, green flag. We're underway. Lee Hall going to dive to the inside. Rick Thomas going to work a step higher down the back stretch. Good side-by-side battle for the lead as they work off turn number 4. Rick Thomas, Lee Hall dead even. Gauss third, Club fourth. Fifth is Gibson, then Madsen, Barnes, and Simmons. Now Simmons will go by. Barnes back to 7th. Battle for the lead up front, Rick Thomas and Lee Hall. Now Rick Thomas by nose. Hall back to 2nd. Gauss 3rd, Club 4th, Gibson 5th, Madsen 6th, Simmons 7th. Barnes, Donaldson, Hillary, Meyer, Club, Shear, and Gauss. 3 in, 12 to go. KG veteran out of Dwight, Illinois. Got to be a former track champion. Is your leader. They put a lap on Pat Parsons in 56. Spirited contest for that 6th spot. 44J, Jeremy Madsen, 11, Jeff Simmons. Battle it out for that 6th spot. Simmons will work to the inside. Madsen a step higher. Good side-by-side battle. Now 5D Rhonda Donaldson will look to the inside of 11. Jeff Simmons, 3 cars under a blanket for 6th. Throw in 38, Gary Barnes, he's 8th. Rick Thomas showing the way over your point leader. B37 to Lee Hall. 8 to go this time by quickly at the halfway point. Halfway home as they head down the backstretch. 7.5 in, 7.5 to go. Thomas, Hall, Gauss, Alex Club, and Cody Gibson show the way. That's your top 5. Good battle for 6. Simmons, Donaldson, and Madsen. In Barnes, Meyer, and Hillary, a good battle. Here comes Lee Hall, 6 to go. He's cut your leader, Rick Thomas. Car length behind. See if Lee Hall can do anything with 23T Rick Thomas. Half a car length. Here comes Lee Hall. The Vallejo Racing B37 of Lee Hall trying to run down Rick Thomas. Thomas again will hold him off. 5 to go. The Unique Signs and Designs. Team 23 Mowing and Racing. Rick Thomas shows the way, but here comes Lee Hall again. Trying to stick his nose in Thomas's business. Thomas again will shut the door. Now 4 to go up there on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Got to work by the lap car, Craig Gauss. He thinks better of it, pulls to the infield. Lee Hall and Rick Thomas battle it out for the win here tonight. 3 laps remain. Here comes Lee Hall again. Thomas again will hold him off. Catching him's one thing, passing him's another. Now good battle for that 2nd spot. Here comes the Morris Missile with 3 Alex Club going to work on Eric Gauss. Pulling along Cody Gibson, that's your top 5. 6th to be Simmons, 7th to be Donaldson, 8th to be Madison, 9th will be Barnes, 10th is Meyer. White flag going to go in the air as action's picking up here in the final lap. Lee Hall to the inside of Rick Thomas. Thomas your leader. White flag, 1 to go. Rick Thomas, Lee Hall. Battle it out for the street stock feature win. Good battle for that 3rd spot as well. Gauss, Club, and Gibson off for the KG veteran out of the whites going to victory lane. Rick Thomas. 2nd will go to Lee Hall. 3rd will go to Eric Gauss. 4th will go to Alex Club. 5th will go to Cody Gibson. 6th to Simmons. 7th to Donaldson. 8th to Madsen. 9th to Barnes. 10th to Matt Meyer. Team 23 Racing and Mowing, Unique Signs and Designs. Again, the KG veteran out of Dwight, Illinois. Put her back in victory lanes. He steps out of race fans. How about that? Rick Thomas. Again, congratulations coming to you. First one is Lee Hall to meet him there. Again, we'll let photos by Lou and Rocky Ragusa take some pictures here. Again, I want to thank Garrels Honda out of Pontiac for sponsoring our trophies. Well, I tell you what, Ray, Good clean race there with Lee Hall. That was fun to watch, Rick. Good job.
Boy, I put everything I had into that, and he was right there. I could just feel him underneath me. Hey, I got to thank all the fans for coming and everybody cheering and everything. And I want to thank my sons and all the people that work on this car and all the people that gave me this car. So it's good. I like it.
Well, it's nice to see in Victory Lane race fans, 23T Rick Thomas. So here we go, race fans, lights out. How many root for Scott Bull? How many root for Joe Harlan here tonight? How many Wolverine fans here from Michigan? South Haven, Michigan's 34, Alan Vacheska. How many root for 89, Darren Friedman? How about the driver out of Thawville, 90, Dan Flesner? Or the Bartonville Bullet, Mike Mulvane. Good run for the Buckingham Bullet, 14 of Glenn Thompson, and B12, Kevin Weaver. We're going to find out 30 laps, the 800 horsepower, fire-breathing, mudslinging, ground-pounding UMP super late models locked and loaded, ready to go off, Forerunner way. Scott Bull going to get the whole shot. He jumps out to the cushion. Harlan going to throw a slider at him over in 3 and 4. That even. Number 1. Harlan and Bull wage war side by side. Warrior and a Bob Pierce race car. Harlan and the Warrior, Bull and a Bob Pierce. Look at Joe Harlan go here tonight. He's your leader. 2 in the books, 28 to go. Vacheska, Friedman, Flesner, Weaver, and Mike Mulvane. Now smoke rolling out of the back of the 89 is Alan Vacheska trying to run him down. Bull trying to regain the lead. He will down the front stretch. Friedman with a cloud of smoke. Problems for Rich Harlan. Caution will come out. We'll see how they line him up. Oh my, exciting opening couple laps there. Problems for Rich Harlan. Delaware double file. Scott Bull chooses the high side. Vacheska forced to go to the inside. Then Flesner, Friedman, Mulvane, and Weaver. 28 remain. We're back underway. We'll see if Alan Vacheska can work there in the middle. Harlan and Bull up front. Now the caution's out. Oh, big problems for 16 is Shane Allen. 44, Mike McGuire stopped. Big buck Mike McGuire. 2 in, 28 to go. Modifieds, Sportsmen still to come. We're back underway. Harlan will jump back out to the lead. Bull in tow. Now Bull going to work the middle of the track. Pulling Vacheska right there with him. Here comes Scott Bull again. Harlan, Bull, Vacheska, Friedman, Weaver. Weaver trying to work by Daniel Flesner, getting that top 5 at will. Now Kevin Weaver on the move, he's 5th. Going to go after Darren Friedman, who's running 4th. Bull again will step to the inside of Harlan. Harlan will hold him off. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Weaver half a car length behind the 89 of Darren Friedman. Now we get a car sideways. Brian Dunn and Mike McGuire get together. Clean and green will stay. Harlan, Bull, Vacheska, Friedman, Weaver, Flesner, Winger, and Thompson. Now cars going to jump to that top shelf. Lap traffic going to play a part in this one. Scott Bull trying to run down. Joe Harlan is heavy lap traffic in front of your leaders. Harlan trying to put a lap on. 5 of Brian Dunn. He'll throw a slide job at him. Brian Dunn in front of Scott Bull. Nowhere to go for Bull as he avoids contact. Problems for Dunn. He's off the pace. Highly contested battle up front. Mike McGuire, the next car to go a lap down right there in front of Joe Harlan. Joe Harlan, Scott Bull, Alan Vacheska, Kevin Weaver now to 4th. Friedman 5th. 21 to go this time by. Here comes Scott Bull. He's going to look for the lead off turn number 4. Half a car lane. Bull on the move. Vacheska's caught the lead pack. Don't count him out of this one as well. 20 to go this time by. Scott Bull again to the inside, side by side off turn number 4. Harlan, Bull, Vacheska, Weaver, Friedman, and Flesner. Bull again will stick his nose to the inside of Harlan. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Weaver's run down Alan Vacheska. They're going to work side by side. Good battle for that 3rd spot. Here comes Kevin Weaver out of Gibson City. The Flatland Flash year winner last night at the Kankakee County Speedway. Trying to make it 2 in a row and move up that UMP points battle. Bull again will work to the inside of Harlan. Harlan again will hold him off. Unfamiliar territory for the Z Factor out of El Paso. Joe Harlan working that top shelf. Scott Bull, Alan Bochaska, Kevin Weaver, Darren Freeman, Dan Flesner, and McKay Winger. Here comes Scott Bull again now for the lead. Half a car length. Got a good one. Here comes Weaver now to third. Weaver to third. Bochaska jumps the clear up the crumbs. Friedman going to go by. Flesner going to go by. Now good battle 3 wide for that 4th spot. Bochaska, Friedman, and Flesner. Meanwhile, Bull's caught Harlan. A pull alongside, trying to pull the trigger. Here comes Kevin Weaver as well. Halfway home this time by 15 and 15 to go. Bull for the lead. Down the front stretch, we got a new race leader, Scott Bull. Bull, Harlan, and Weaver. Now your top 3. Scott Bull going away. Pulls to a 2-car length advantage down the backstretch. The KG veteran out of Gibson Trinity. Trying to work by Joe Harlan. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Weaver not a second. Harlan back to 3rd. Kevin Weaver not to be denied here tonight with 14 to go. Scott Bull doing a fine job as they're going to work through lap traffic. Going to put Mike McGuire's 2nd lap down here in just a second, but Weaver's right there. Scott Bull, Kevin Weaver, now Joe Harlan and Scott Bull. They're trying to figure out how to work through lap traffic. Scott Bull, Joe Harlan, and Kevin Weaver. 3 cars under a blanket. Here comes Joe Harlan. Harlan again will work to the inside of McGuire. Here comes Kevin Weaver. 3 wide for the lead over in turn number 2. Bull, Weaver, Harlan. And it's Darren Freeman, Dan Flesner, and Alan Bochaska, McKay Winger. Good battle for 2nd. Kevin Weaver, Joe Harlan. They run 2nd and 3rd. They're all chasing the 83 out of Fairbury with 10 to go the next time by. 10 to go this time by. Joe Harlan, Kevin Weaver trying to run down your race leader, Scott Bull. On a sultry Saturday night here tonight. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Weaver will pull to the bumper of 83. Scott Bull will dive to the inside. Weaver will look for the lead. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Bull right there. Bull, Weaver, and Harlan. Great battle again. 9 to go. Kevin Weaver, Scott Bull battle it out. Weaver going to dive to the inside. Bull going to hold him off once again. 8 to go this time by. 8 to go. Freeman has caught the lead pack as well. Here comes Darren Freeman. He's hoping for a caution. He got it. Oh, we got 8 to go, and a caution flag flies for John Gardner Jr. here in the front stretch. Oh, my. What do you think, race fans? I tell you what, the loyal race fans that beat the heat here tonight are treated to a good one. Winger started back in 10th, up to 6th. Good run for the Joe Harlan, Darren Freeman, and Dan Flesner. 9 laps remain. It's anybody's feature. Pick a favorite and cheer them on, race fans. Green flag, we are back underway. Again, Bull jumps back out to the leader. Comes Kevin Weaver. Weaver works to the top shelf. Harlan will dive to his inside. Darren Freeman going to work to the inside. Bull, Weaver, Harlan, Freeman, Flesner, and Winger. 8 laps remain. Here comes Joe Harlan to work to the inside of Kevin Weaver. Weaver going to hold him off. Middle of the track's where it's at, over in turns 3 and 4. Scott Bull, Kevin Weaver. Oh, now Freeman sideways. Aaron Freeman a bit crossed up. Flesner will go by. McKay Winger goes by. Here comes Aaron Ricketts. Ricketts a good run tonight. He's 7th. Kevin Weaver now got a sight set on 83. Scott Bull. Oh, now promise for Daniel Flesner. He about gets together with 42. McKay Winger, meanwhile, back up front. Here comes Kevin Weaver. Weaver out of Gibson City, former Predator Classic champion. 5 to go. Kevin Weaver stalking Scott Bull. And the young man out of Fairbury hold off the veteran. He jumps the cushion over in turn number 3. To lose a bit of ground. He's going to have to regroup. Here he comes, car length behind. Bull, Weaver, and Harlan, bit of a breakout. Flesner, good runs, 4th. Winger, 5th. Friedman, 6th. Here comes Weaver again, car length behind. 2 to go the next time by. Scott Bull doing a fine job as he holds off Kevin Weaver. Harlan, 3rd. We'll see if Weaver's got anything for him. Half a mile to go. Weaver again trying to work a different line than Scott Bull. White flag going to go in the air now. 1 to go. Here comes Kevin Weaver out of Gibson City. White flag in the air. Bull's got that car length advantage. We'll see if Weaver can do anything with him. He'll dive to the inside. Bull going to hold him off. into 3. And off at turn number 4, no Bull. Scott Bull, your winner. Bull, Weaver, Harlan, your top 3. Flesner 4th, the Winger 5th, Friedman 6th, Rickett 7th, Thompson, Gardner, Adams, Mulvane, and Tormatil. So, race fan Z, Joe Harlan comes home 3rd. How about it for Kevin? Jason Racing, Bull Power, PDK, Tree Lawn and Service, Champion Fitness, Central Illinois Buildings, 36 Long Farms. Some of the sponsors, Pontiac RV, thanks to Mom and Dad, Dick and Dave Schofield. United Soils, the sponsors, well, Bob Pierce, Race Cars. How about a race fan? Scott Bull, your winner. Well, I tell you what, Scott, we'll let you catch your breath here a minute. That was fun to watch. I don't know how it was fun to drive, but that was fun to watch. Kevin pressured you there, and kind of a tricky track tonight. They gave you, didn't know whether to go high or low. The middle seemed to be pretty good as well. Great job. Points leader, and you're back in victory lane. Good job.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, the beginning of that race with Joey, that was a good race. I had fun, but the middle of the track kind of built up just a little cushion there. You could run right around the middle, and I found that when Joey swapped me there after the beginning of the race, after that first caution, and it just worked out. So.
Well, I tell you what, you got a points lead. You got a lot of great sponsors on this hot rod too, don't you?
Yeah. I'd really like to thank Bull Power Racing Engines. We pulled this motor out Sunday and freshened it up over the week. A couple nights we were up till 4 in the morning working on it and got it done, and it paid off.
Well, the hard work did pay off here in the heat tonight. Congratulations, Scott Bull, feature winner. Jeff Curl going to lead down the backstretch. Dame will dive to the inside. Curl, Dame, Joel Funk to 3rd. Jeff Friedman 4th. Ferris 5th, Gaither 6th, and it's Cook, Ledford. 12 of Tim Baum and Matt Bachman. Now Lance Dame for the lead, dead even. Doing 18 to go. Lance Dame and Jeff Curl side by side, nose to nose, wheel to wheel, door to door. Elbows up for $600 off turn number 4. The Ice Cube and the Quiet Riot. Battling out side by side. 3 is 17 to go. Curl Dame, Joel Funk, Jeff Freeman and Jim Ferris, Chris Gaither and Gary Cook Jr. Here comes Lance Dame again. Curl Lancer, dead even. 4 in, 16 to go. 3 wide for that 9th spot. T.D. Berger, Matt Bachman, and Tim Baum. Problems for Jimmy Ferris out of O'Delly's off the pace. Here comes Lance Dame. Jeff Curl answers. Dame by a nose. Joel Funk and Jim Freeman right on your top 4. 5th of Gaither. Then Gary Cook Jr. is curled, nose ahead, back down the backstretch. 14 to go this time by 14 to go. Curl and Dame again side by side. Wheel to wheel, fender to fender, door to door. Down the backstretch. Dead even again. Curl working the top shelf. Dame right in the middle off turn number 4. Dead even. Lap after lap, the first 7 laps, and now Jeff Curl might have been his demise. As he jumped the cushion over there in turn 1 and 2, he slips a car length and a half back, allows Lance Dame to move up to the top shelf, and there he goes. Dame by a car length, your leader. Dame, Curl second. Now Curl going to try that middle groove. They put a lap on Scott McMichael. Good battle for 3rd. Joel Funk and Jeff Friedman. Cook 4th. Chris Gaither and Jay Ledford work side by side for that 6th spot. And it's T.D. Berger, Matt Bachman, Dennis Wilson, Jared Cagley, Dan Rourke, Bobby Kriego, Brian Lynn, Alex Graff, Scott McMichael round them out. 9 to go this time by. Quickly 11 and 9 to go. Dame by 4 car lengths back to Curl. 5 more back to Joel Funk and Jeff Freeman. Lance Dame again with the cruise control on. Now we're going to top shelf, try not to bobble. At Dargy powered MB Custom. Sponsored by Sonic of America. He's been the hottest driver in 2012 here at the Legion Speedway, and he's showing away. The last weekend he picked up $1,200 for his efforts in the Summit Modified National Series. Tonight trying to add $600 to the bank, and he's only got 6 laps to do it. Again, Curl, your defending track champion out of Forest, Illinois. Who runs second, Joel Funk. Former Sportsman track champion third. Now Dame having problem there in lap traffic, trying not to throw this one away due to lap traffic. Trying to put a lap on 7 of Bobby Krigo. All of a sudden things get a little interesting with 5 to go. Dame trying to find a way by 7 of Bobby Krigo. He says, hey, I'm here, let me go by. And Krigo turns left, he will. Nice gesture from 7 of Bobby Krigo. Let Lance Dame go by. Dame, Curl, good battle between Joel Funk and Jeb Friedman for that 3rd spot. Gary Cook Jr. and Jay Ledford. Oh, we got problems. Gary Cook Jr. sideways down the backstretch. Right in the middle of the track. Drivers take evasive action as Ledford and Cook got together. Cook pinched off Ledford. Here we go. Under 5-4 to go. Green flag, we're back underway. Jeff Curl going to take a stab at Lance Dame. Dame will hold him off. Dame, Curl, Funk, Friedman, and Cook. Cook now going to try that high side. Jeff Curl looked to the inside of Lance Dame. Car lane separates the pair. 3 to go. Jeff Curl trying to find something down there on the inside. Dame again will hold him off. Curl working the outside in, the old DE28 line. Lance Dame again will hold him off. Curl second. Joel Funk, Jeff Friedman. Here comes T.D. Berger. Berger coming up here in the final closing laps. Here to go. Caution will come out once again. Well, debris on the backstretch. If Curl's got anything for Dame. Good restart. Here we go. Half a mile to go. Oh, and Curl going to throw a slide job at Dame. Dame will throw a crossover at him. Dame back to the lead. Curl going to try it again. Dame says, I don't think. Oh, and Dame jumps the cushion. Curl your leader. Jeff Curl going to steal one from Lance Dame. Curl your leader. Dame back to second. Car's sideways over in turn 4. Now Curl will dive to the inside. He's going to hold off Lance Dame and do it. Jeff Curl your winner. Dame second. Joel Funk third. Friedman fourth. Dennis Wilson comes home 5th. Oh, my. Augie on the hood. Bob Pierce Race Car, Pro Tire and Automotive, DMI Technology Group. And memory of Dick Schofield, the RV Mattress Company. Ace Motorsports. Thunderstruck Racing as well. How about it for the Riot, Jeff Curl? Roach Construction, Chatsworth Ag, Longhorn Smokehouse as well. Well, down here in Victory Lane, I tell you what, Jeff, you know, Lance had that one wrapped. I guess you had to give him something to think about. And he bobbled over there in 4, and it paid off. Big feature win here tonight at Fairbury.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I mean, cautions has kind of went against us this year. And, this year, this racing went for us. You know, Lance was checked out. I had nothing for him there, but with 3 to go, I wasn't lifting. I was going in there. I was going to give him room. I wasn't going to wreck anybody, but put the pressure on, and anything can happen, and holy cow, this is awesome.
Well, go celebrate this one. I tell you what, real quick, you got some fine sponsors here to thank. I know you.
We've got Pontiac RV, Pro Tire and Automotive, Longhorn Smokehouse, the RV Mattress Company, Roger Freeman, Racing Engines, Bob Pierce Race Cars, Faithful Friends. We got Roach Construction. You guys that help us out, Mike. I can't tell you, I wouldn't be here without them, and I appreciate their help a ton.
Jeff Curl, race fans, your feature winner. Richie Rich, your current point leader at 442. Sean Diggs, 425. Ben Hulse 424 and Richard Craven at 420. Good point battle tonight good point battle in 2012 for our sportsmen. Richie Rich 442, Sean Diggs 425, Hulse 424, and Craven 420 as they come into tonight. They're going to battle 15 laps, our final feature event. The UMP Sportsmen, 15 of them down and dirty off turn 4. Green flag, here we go. Dustin Mounts to the inside. Jason Meyer going to be your leader down the back chute. Meyer and Dustin Mounts, top two as they come to the stripe. Hornets Nest for 4th and 5th. Check that 5th. Carl Hayes, Sam Ball, Sean Diggs. Oh, and now Jason Myers looped it over in turn number 2. Caution out. Problems for 99. New life for 99, Jason Meyer. Again, all cars did not cross. We'll try it again. Dustin Mounts, Jason Meyer. Green flag, we're underway. Now Mounts going to get the whole shot. We'll see if he's the leader. If he can get to that top side, Mounts going to work the inside. Meyer going to work the outside, side by side, 3 wide for 3rd. Tim Baum, Richard Craven, and 53, Sam Ball. Meyer back to the lead. Mount 2nd, Craven, Baum, Ball, and Carl Hayes 7. And at 78, Sean Diggs, 10-8, Ryan Huddleston, and 32, Richie Rich. Now we got heavy debris over in turn number 2 as we got a car sideways. And 7 to Michael May stopped, and we got a car stopped at the pack. 14 remain. Here in the second sportsman feature tonight, Jason Meyer. Green flag. He's your leader. We're back underway. Meyer, Craven, Dustin Mounts 3rd, Sam Ball going to work that top shelf. Him and Sean Diggs going to battle up for the 4th spot. Tim Baum trying to get 3 wide, but he's pressured from 47 to Carl Hayes. Here comes 12 of Richard Craven. Jason Meyer strong right in the middle of the track. Craven works to the inside. Ryan Huddleston, Richie Rich battle it out for that 7th spot. Check that 8th spot. Carl Hayes 7th, Tim Baum 6th, Sam Ball 5th. 4th, Sean Diggs. Here comes Sean Diggs out of Leroy. He's on the move. Now we get a car sideways. Looks like Graff and Baum involved in a scrum over in turn 3. Sam Ball rounds out your top 5. 12 to go up on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Race fans, we're going to talk to the winner down in Victory Lane. Green flag is back in the air. We're underway. Now Jason Meyer rockets back to the lead. Craven Mounts now going to join the party on the top shelf. Again, where Daddy hides the good books. Meyer, Craven, Mounts, Diggs, Baum 3 wide for that 6th spot. Sam Ball, Richie Rich on the move. He's got a good hot rod here tonight. Richie Rich will work to the inside of Sam Ball. Here comes Richie Rich trying to crack the top 6. Sam Ball worked the high side. Here comes Richie Rich. He's going to go by. Carl Hayes will go by as well. Hayes the 7th, Richie Rich 6th, Tim Baum 5th, 4th will be Diggs, 3rd will be Mounts. Oh, now I believe the caution's going to come out. It's a chunk of debris. Chunk of debris lays at the bottom of turn 4. Caution out. Well, somebody busted up the nose. I believe that was the 32R Richie Rich, as he was Jason Meyer trying to christen Victory Lane for the first time at the Legion Speedway in his sportsman division. Anywhere between the 2 orange tires. Green flag. We're back underway. Now Dustin Mounts, a good restart. Going to work around the 12 of Richard Craven. Here comes Dustin Mounts. Dustin Mounts in 0-1. Side by side with 12 of Richard Craven. Don't look now, but here comes the Flanagan Flash. Dustin Mounts, Richard Craven are all over 99 and Jason Meyer. 3 cars now going to dance for that top spot. Why not? 7 to go. Oh, we got a car sideways. Carl Hayes is Action was getting good over here up front. Caution will come out. Our features. 99 of Jason Meyer, 12 of Richard Craven, 01 of Dustin Mount, side by side in that second row. Then Sean Diggs and Tim Baum. We're going to find out who to talk to down at Victory Lane. We're back underway. Action was getting good there on the last restart. Here they go again. Craven to the inside. Mount's going to work the top shelf. Jason Meyer going to work right in the middle. Good run for Richie Rich, trying to work into that top six. He works to the inside of Ryan Huddleston. Now problems for Meyer. Dustin Mount's going to go by. Richard Craven to go by. Meyer, I believe something broke. Caution going to come out. As Jason Meyer's going to come to us. Memorial have just been lifted off. Front stretch after the features. You want to check it out. It's a good sight as well. Here we go. Dustin Mounts trying to win one here tonight. Craven and Tim Baum trying to run him down. 7 to go. Mounts tiptoeing around the top shelf. Richard Craven trying to run him down. Here comes 12 of Tim Baum. Why not? Pair of 12s and a 0-1 battling out. Oh, now Tim Baum gets crossed up. It allows Sean Diggs. All drivers avoid contact. Diggs to third. Craven second. Mount your leader. 5 to go. 10 in. 5 to go. Cushion is built up pretty big. Here Dustin Mounts your leader. 4 car lengths down the backstretch. Craven second. Diggs third. Here comes Richard Craven with 4 to go. Sean Diggs. Oh, and now problems for Mounts. He's knocked his spoiler off. Looks like part of the car starting to come off of the 0-1 of Dustin Mounts. Debris up over the cushion. Will stand or green. 2 to go. 2 to go. White flag will come out this time by. 1 to go. Craven to the inside. Mounts to the outside. White flag in the air. The Flanagan Flash looking to go to victory lane. He's got quarter mile to do it. Down the backstretch, he's a 4-car length leader. Craven will go to the inside. Mounts clean and green off 4. The Flanagan Flash. Dustin Mounts, your winner tonight here at the Legion Speedway. Toll family, Pit Stop Cafe, 425 West Madison Street, local 996, Hilty Repair, and an FRP chassis. Race fans, he steps out. He had one at Farmer City. Now he's got one at the Legion Speedway. How about it? Dustin Mounts, your winner. Well, I tell you what, Dustin, hard work finally paid off. Great.
Oh, it did.
We didn't have very good luck there. He keeps going out.
Didn't have very good luck there in the makeup feature. We actually I had a rear caliper on the car go out on us, so I had to plug it off. I was only really on 3 brakes there, so we didn't know what was going to happen in this feature at all, and I decided to hop up on the high side there once Craven chose the bottom line, and it seemed to held up, so I decided to go back up there after 99 wrecked out. So.
Well, I tell you got some fine sponsors on this hot rod.
I got to thank SNR most of all. He's been the biggest help this year. By far, FRP Chassis, this has been the best car I've ever ran by far. Thanks, Jim, for helping us out for all your hard work. I got Gigs Place, local 996. I got to thank everyone that's helped me this year. Mom and Dad, Ricky, Roger was there with us for a while too. I got to thank Keebs tonight, especially. I got to thank Dan, just everybody that's been around to give us a hand is just, this is awesome. I always wanted one at Fairbury, and I said I better get it this year, and here it is.
Well, you got it. Go and celebrate, Dustin Mounts, race fans. And again, we got to thank Garrels Honda, all our trophies here tonight. Want to thank